Jasya taratarana prana sahobalam ojascha vayu annasma samradam ivanugavayam prasidatang nasa mahavibhuti. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. All living entities, moving and non-moving, receive their vital force, their bodily strength, and their very lives from the air. All of us follow the air for our vital force, exactly as servants follow an emperor. The vital force of air is generated from the original vital force of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. May that Supreme Lord be pleased with us. Sutrad disodasya hrudasya khani pradangi rekhang purusasya nabhya pranindriyatmasu sarira keto prasidatang nasa mahavibhuti. Sutrad disodasya hrudasya khani pradangirekham purusasya nabhya pranindriyatmasu sarira keta prasidatang nasa mahavibhuti. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. May the supremely powerful personality of Godhead be pleased with us. The different directions are generated from his ears, and the force of the body come from his heart, and the vital force, the senses, the mind, the air within the body, and the ether, which is the shelter of the body, come from his navel. Balan Mahendra Sri Dasa Prasadan Manyor Giriso Dhisanad Virincho Kebhyastu Sannansi Rusayo Medhato Koho Rasidatang Nasa Mahavibhuti. Balan Mahendra Sri Dasa Prasadan Manyor Giriso Dhisanad Virincho Kebhyastu Sannansi Rusayo Medhata Kaha Prasidatang Nasa Mahavibhuti. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Mahendra, the king of heaven, was generated from the prowess of the Lord. The demigods were generated from the mercy of the Lord. Lord Shiva was generated from the anger of the Lord. And Lord Brahma from his sovereign intelligence. The Vedic mantras were generated from the bodily wholes of the Lord, and the great saints and Prajapatis were generated from his genitals. May that supremely powerful Lord be pleased with us. Text 40. Sri Bhakha so pitaras chaya yasan dharmastanaditara prushthato abhut Durjasya Sri Sno Apsaraso Viharat Prasidatang Nasa Mahavibhuti. Parama Shaktisali. Challenge. Sri Bhakkhasya Pitarasthaya Dharmastanaditar Pushtatobhu Daurjasya Srisno Apsaraso Viharat Prasidatang Nasa Mahavibhuti. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The goddess of fortune was generated from his chest, the inhabitants of Pitrulok from his shadow, the religion from his bosom, and irreligion, the opposite of religion, from his back. The heavenly planets were generated from the top of his head, and the apsaras from sense enjoyment. May that supremely powerful personality of Godhead pleased with us. Text 41. Vipro mukhad brahmo chajasya guhyam Rajanya asid bhujayor balam cha Urbor bido jo angri aveda sudro Prasidatang sa mahavibhuti Vipro mukhad brahma chajasya guhyam Rajanya asid bhujayor balam cha Urbor bido jo angri aveda sudro Prasidatang sa mahavibhuti. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The Brahmanas and Vedic knowledge come from the mouth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Kshatriyas and bodily strength come from his arms. The Vaishyas and their expert knowledge and productivity and wealth come from his thighs. And the Sudras, who are outside Vedic knowledge, come from his feet. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead, is full of prowess, be pleased with us. Paravarti Sloka, text 42. Lobhodhara pritiruparjabhut dyutir nasta pasabhya sparsena kama dhruvorjamah pakma bhavastu kala rasidatang nasa mahavibhuti. Lobhodhara pritiruparjabhudyutir nastapasabhya sparsena kamaha dhruvorjama pakma bhavastu kalaha prasidatang nasa mahavibhuti. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. 42. Greed is generated from his lower lip, affection from his upper lip, bodily luster from his nose, animalistic lusty desires from his sense of touch, Jamraj from his eyebrows, and eternal time from his eyelashes. May that Supreme Lord be pleased with us. Text 43. Dravyam vayah karma gunana visesam jad yoga maya vitan vadanti jad durvibhavyam prabudhapavadham Prasidatang nasa mahavibhuti. Dravyam vayah karma gunana vishesam jad yoga maya vihitan vadanti jad durvibhavyam prabudhapavadham prasidatang nasa mahavibhuti. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. All learned men say that the five elements, eternal time, fluid activity, the three modes of mental nature, variety is produced by these modes are all creations of Yogamaya. This material world is therefore extremely difficult to understand, but those who are highly learned have rejected it. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is controller of everything, be pleased with us. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word Durvibhavyam is very important in this verse. No one can understand how everything is happening in this material world by the arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead through his material energies. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 9:10, Maya Dakshina Prakriti Suyati Satarajaram. Everything is actually happening under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This much we can learn, but how it is happening is extremely difficult to understand. We cannot even understand how the affairs within our body are systematically taking place. The body is a small universe, and since we cannot understand how things are happening in this small universe, how can we understand the affairs of the bigger universe? Actually, this universe is very difficult to understand. Yet, learned sages have advised, as Krishna has also advised, that this material world is dukkhalayam asaswadam. In other words, it is a place of misery and temporality. One must give up this world and go back home, back to the personality of Godhead. Materialists may argue, if this material world and its affairs are impossible to understand, how can you reject it? The answer is provided by the word Prabuddha Pavadhum. We have to reject this material world because it is rejected by those who are learned in Vedic wisdom. Even though we cannot understand what is this material world, we should be ready to reject it in accordance with the advice of learned persons, especially the advice of Krishna. Krishna says, Mangupetya punarjanama dukhalena sasudam napnuvanti mahatmanam sansiddhing paramangataha. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have situated in the highest perfection. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter. One has to return back to Godhead. For this is the highest perfection of life. To go back to Godhead means to reject this material world. Although we cannot understand the functions of this material world and whether it is good for us or bad for us, in accordance with the advice of the Supreme Authority, we must reject it and go back home, back to Godhead. Happiness in the prison house. That's only punishment. Huh? The material world, prison house, created by Maya. Maya Kruta Karaga. Huh? This material world is created by Maya, this prison house. So, if you want to get happiness, pleasure in the prison house, how will it be possible? How will it be possible? Is there happiness and pleasure in prison house? Chidananda wants very nice atmosphere will be there, very extreme heat is there. Cannot tolerate. My family suffer, I suffer, my children suffer. Intolerant. Why shall I go back home? Back to Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Agama paina nityotam titikyo subha. Matra sparsastu kaunteya sito sukha dukkhada. Agama paina nityo tam titikyo subha. Krishna gives this instruction. This summer, winter, heat or cold is temporary. Summer has come, it will go. Winter will come, it will go. It's all temporary. Agama paina anitya, temporary. Sukha dukkhada. Similarly, pleasure and pain, whichever is here, it is temporary. Tam titikha svabhava. Tolerate it, tolerate it, tolerate it. Tolerate it, isn't it? This is Krishna's advice. Try to tolerate it. It's temporary. It has come, it will go. Nothing, no arrangement is eternal here. Agama painoni. Everything, every arrangement is temporary. This dukhalayam asas. Dukhalayam asas. This is temporary world and filled miseries. You understand? No happiness is here. Therefore, the learned person, Buddha says, reject it. Though he cannot understand its activities. Still, this verse says, learned persons say, Mahajanas say, Krishna also says, reject it. This is not your place at all. Go back, come back to Godhead. Your soul, eternal soul, eternally part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, Sachidananda. So you are Sachidananda. Huh? Therefore you want Ananda and happiness, because you are Sachidananda. Therefore you want. Otherwise, why do you want? Huh? This Ananda is your very nature. You are part and parcel, eternal part and parcel of the Sachidananda. Therefore you want Ananda, pleasure, happiness. Anyhow, you have forgotten that Krishna is Sachidananda. Anyhow, in what means? From time immemorial. Therefore you have fallen here, in this material world, which is a prison house created by Maya, illusion. So prison house means a place of misery, a place where punishment is inflicted. You understand? You are a criminal. Those who are criminal, they become imprisoned, isn't it? They are cut up by policemen. They are criminal. Put into the jail, prison house, where the severe punishment will be inflicted on them. There is no happiness and pleasure in the prison house. So, why are you thinking, oh, how can I get a Dunlop bed? Very nice soft bed, cushion. Very nice soft bed, cushion. I'll lie down there. There will be no heat at all. No excessive heat, no excessive cold also. Air condition also. People are making, scientists, air conditioned rooms also. Because they try. The very nature is Ananda. Sachidananda Atma, the very nature is Ananda. So they want Ananda here. Happiness here. Because they are very nature. Eternal part and parcel of Sachidananda. But it's absent here. This material world is dukkha. There is no sukha, no happiness, no pleasure here. The dukkha is a prison house. You are so full. You are a criminal. Otherwise, why were you put into this prison house? You are definitely criminal. Isn't it? It's definite you are criminal. And you have cut up by the police force of the Supreme Lord, that is Maya. Maya is the police force. Cut up this criminal, cut up this criminal. Put it in the jail. So you have been put into this jail, prison house. Maya is inflicting punishment on you. Maya is doing a thankless job. Isn't it? Because thereby your criminality will be rectified. You understand? The mood of criminality, isn't it? The mood you have developed, criminal mood, criminal attitude, isn't it? Will be rectified. Like when you get punishment, severe, more severe punishment. Maya will inflict the punishment. Unless your mode of criminality is not completely changed. You understand? Unless you have turned your face towards that Sachidananda, my Brahma Purus. Oh, you understand? So is inflicting this punishment on you. How can you get happiness and pleasure here in this prison house? Such a true. It's a miserable place. You understand? But these police persons, still they want. They cannot understand this. This is difficult to understand. Material world, the activities of this material world, or material nature is also very difficult to understand. So it's It is the best course for us. Mahajanadina Gatasapanta, to follow the footprints of Maharaja. You understand? Follow the footprints of Maharaja. Those are Mahajanas, Buddha, the learned person doesn't know this thing. They have rejected this. You understand? They have rejected this thing. And they have said, go back home, back to body. Oh, it's not your home at all. This is prison house. You are Sajananda, eternally, fragmental part and parcel of Sajananda Purush. So your residence is Sajananda Dham, isn't it? So why are you here? Which is not Sajananda. Miserable place. Because you're a criminal. Now mend yourself. So Maya is inflicting more severe punishments and losses on you. That is Maya's doing good for you. My Guru Maharaj says, Maya does thankless job. You understand? Maya is made servant of that Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is all well-wishing friends, Though you have turned a criminal, committed crime, develops a criminal attitude, still that all merciful Lord, Supreme Lord, who is only well-wishing friend of all living entities, he has made arrangement for your good. He has ordered Maya, put severe and merciful losses on this criminal. You understand? So his criminal attitude will be completely finished. You understand? He will turn his face towards me. You understand? Of happiness and pleasure, isn't it? Material scientists, they're trying every day by their scientific inventions and discoveries how to make this miserable place pleasurable. Pleasurable, isn't it? But can they do it? Or do they come out successful in it? They can't. This is the very nature of this world, and Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has made so. You understand? Isn't it? He has made so. Because criminals are there, so one place must be created for the criminals. Where will they stay? Criminals cannot stay in this Sajanandamaya Dham. The criminals. You understand? So, then the government of the king has created, made jail, prison house for the criminals. So, in God's kingdom, this is prison house for the criminals. Forgotten Krishna. Those who have developed this attitude to enjoy Krishna's property. Isn't it? To enjoy Krishna's property. Krishna is the only proprietor, supreme proprietor, everything is property. But there are criminals, those jivas who develop such a attitude to enjoy Krishna's property, they become criminal. So for them, a place should be there. So this is a place for them. So they should be put into some miserable conditions. Dukhalaya. Maya will inflict. Mercy will losses on them. Severe punishment. You understand? They cannot get any pleasure here, though you try. You understand? And some say, Krishna is the Supreme Personality, His will is supreme will, supremely powerful. Mahavibhuti, said in every verse, supremely powerful. The supreme will. He can do and undo things. He He doesn't depend on anybody or with any tool or with any instrument or anything. Supremely independent. Isn't it? Huh? If this material world would have been our residence, why it would have been miserable? Because we are spiritual, spirit souls, eternal part and parcel of Sadananda Brahma. We are Sadananda. So why will we put into such miserable world? Huh? So this is not our residence at all. You understand? And if it would have been, Krishna has made so, would have made so. But why didn't do so? Because this is not our residence. You understand? And Krishna is supremely powerful and a supreme person. He doesn't need anything. By his mere willing, everything will take place. You understand? By mere willing. Here in this material world, you'll find if you want to create something, you want some elements, some ingredients, some instruments, some tools, then you can. Isn't it? As for example, a carpenter creates something, makes things, tools, chairs, carts, so many things. So he has some tools, he needs wood, isn't it? Hammer, so many things, some instruments. So he creates some. Similarly, you'll see a blacksmith. He creates something, makes something. And he has also his tool, his hammer, tire, iron, so many things. Then he creates. Similarly, you may see a potter. Potter makes pots, earthen pots, varieties. The potter has his wheel and clay and some hammer also. These are the instruments. So he creates. Do you think the Supreme Lord is like this? He needs some tools. some elements. No, nothing. Do you understand? Nothing. He has supreme will. By his willing, everything takes place. He doesn't need an instrument, an element, nothing. You understand? He is this controller, supreme controller of all material and non-material things. Isn't it? You understand? So he doesn't need anything. And he wishes, he wants that there should be a place for these criminals, these prisoners. If they'll get miserable, they'll get in it. What is that? Punishments, and they'll get unhappy, I must say, misery and unhappiness. Pains, unhappiness, misery. So there, what is that? Intention of criminality, criminal intention will be completely changed. You understand? The more we, you see, the more we want to make this miserable place, material world, as pleasurable and happy, full of happiness, the more we suffer, more we suffer. You understand? Because as long as a living entity stays here, Huh? He only gets misery, pain and misery. No pleasure at all. You understand? Because this is dukhalaya. No sukha at all, no happiness. In the desert, if you want water, how can you get water there? There is no water, so that place is desert. You understand? Become desert. Huh? But the traveler who is traveling there, in that desert, scorching heat of the sun is there. Very hot sand is there. His throat puffed out of water, you see. So thirst is there, but he cannot get any water to purchase, quench his thirst. But he only sees in mirage before him, which appears as very, very sparkling and nice. Isn't it? It appears, it's only apparent. You understand? It's apparent. It appears so very nice, sparkling water. Very nice water. Oh, there. He runs and runs. The more he runs further, that mirage runs further, ahead. Cannot reach. They cannot reach. At last, dies out. It's only a mirage. Similarly, here in this material world, it is dukhalaya. Place of misery and happiness? No. Pleasure and happiness is here. Only the conditioned soul says something like that, which appears to be very pleasurable. Very pleasant. It appears like mirage. You understand? That's like mirage. Mirage in the desert. This material pleasure and happiness is like that. You understand? It's only apparent. Teisasva bhoga dukkha jona evate adyantavanta kaunteya na tesuramate. Bhagavan says, Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita. Do you understand? Krishna says in this thing in Bhagavad Gita. Do you understand? Here in this material world, the happiness and pleasure we get derived by sense, by the touch of the senses. Do you understand? It's temporary. It has its beginning and end. Fleeting pleasure. Fleeting pleasure. And whose outcome is unlimited misery. Dukkha jonaya. Outcome is unlimited misery. Do you understand? Not esuramate. Those are Buddha. Learned persons does know this thing. They don't run after this. They don't run after this. When who knows this thing, there is no water at all. In the desert, there is only mirage. Why run after the mirage? He says it's a mirage. There is no water at all. Just appears like that. It's not at all. Actually, no water at all. It will never run. You understand? The one who knows the Buddha, the learned person who knows this thing, this is a prison house, this is a place of misery, happiness, no. Place of misery and unhappiness. There's no pleasure, no happiness. It's only a mirage-like. But he'll never run after it. Not his Brahman. He knows the actual, real pleasure and happiness is available in that Sachidananda, the abode of the Lord, which I should go back there. That's his residence. Therefore, it's a go back, come back to God. You understand? So we have to accept this thing. We have our own residence, which is our own original residence. A real residence, that is the residence of the Lord. Bhagavad Dham. Do you understand? We have to accept it. Well, Shastras say, Mahajanas say, Bhagavans. And you have to accept. Do you understand? That's in Brahman Purana you'll find Srutei taddarsayamasa solakam prakrute param kevalanubhavananda matram akhyam adbhova. Do you understand? Esa brahmaloka, esa atmaloka iti. Shruti, Veda says. Do you understand? That means there are two worlds. Material world and spiritual world. Do you understand? And we have to accept it. Do you understand? I have to accept it. And this material world is a place for the criminals. Those are forgotten Krishna. Do you understand? Those who have tried to enjoy Krishna's property become criminals. It is for them. And as long as the criminal is here, you must get the punishment, misery, pain, misery, unhappiness, no happiness. Dandaka. It's time, as long as you are here, you only get the punishment. In prison house, the prisoners get punishment. Get punishment. The more you try to make this prison house pleasurable, comfortable, enjoyable, the more you get punishment. The punishment will be more and more severe. You should mind. Do you understand, you criminal? You should understand it. The more you want, make it comfortable, enjoyable. Do you understand? Your bondage is more tight. Bondage will be more tight. Yes, put a very tight cycle. Very strong and tight cycle. Very strong cycle on hands and legs of this criminal. He's bolting against the arrangement. He's a great criminal. Do you understand? Criminal. Such a fool. Such a fool. Do you understand? Your bondage will be more tight. More tight. Yes. You should mind it. Do you understand? So one who is a really intelligent person, a real Buddha, learned person, will never try, will never make any effort to make this prison house very comfortable. Enjoyable. Will never try. Never try. Do you understand? Rather try, how can I go back to body, which is my real response. Because there is eternal happiness and pleasure. Do you understand? Eternal happiness. You understand? Criminal. So give up this mentality of criminality. Criminal mentality. Jiver Swarup hoy Krishnir Nityodas. That is your real identity. Your eternal servant of the Lord. You understand? And you have forgotten that thing. And you have given up that attitude of serving the Supreme Lord. You understand? So you have developed this criminal attitude to enjoy that Supreme Lord's property. You understand? Rather rendering service unto Him, you want to become master. You are a servant, but you want to become master. One with that Supreme Lord. That's the criminal mentality. You understand? You should give up this thing. In other words, you have now become servant of this Maya, illusory energy. You understand? Illusory energy. Maya, apparently very insane. Means apparent, outward, appearance of the Maya is very ancient. You understand? Very ancient. That is not real. Not a real feature. It's apparent only. You understand? It's apparent. It's illusion only. And the mirage appears to be very sparkling. What nice what? It only appears. That is a mirage. Similarly, Maya is illusory energy or Maya appears to be very ancient, very the eyes of conditions, things, but that's not real feature, real art. Maya is ugly, not beautiful. Isn't it? She is an old witch. Then Maya is a pisachi. She is a witch. You understand? Ugly witch. But she knows the witchcraft. You understand? She knows the witchcraft. Witchcraft, very wonderful. So by dint her witchcraft, she assumes a very beautiful and enchanting form. You understand? So you are a fool, you are enchanted. You have been enchanted. You understand? The story. An old witch was there in a forest. In the forest, many witches are there. So an old witch was there in the forest, you see. So a prince, the son of the king, he went to the forest for hunting. Generally, they go. The old witch saw, very nice, handsome, young man, prince, I'll enjoy. Yes, but the old witch, ugly witch, prince will never be attracted. So she assumed very nice, very beautiful maiden, hermaphrodite maiden. By dint of her witchcraft, she assumed such a beautiful form, attractive form before the prince. You understand? Before the prince. Attractive. The prince was attracted. The prince was captured. Now captured. So you are captured by that old witch. You understand? So that witch took the prince to her residence and by dint her witchcraft made the prince a black goat. Black he-goat. Kala goat. And tied him alight. Tied him there. Still. He was prince. Now he had become a black he-goat. Tied up by that witch, old witch. You understand? So during that time, that old witch is to go to the forest. Does her work. At night time, she comes back and again makes that prince, the handsome young man, and she assumes the very nice, beautiful maiden and inside. Do you understand? So prince was enchanted, enjoying the witch, and at the same time being tired of imprisoned, and getting lashes. Oh, I to get lashes. Yeah, nonsense. So, the witch inflicts lashes. So, if you are a really intelligent person, Buddha, why run after such old witch? You are getting so much pain, misery, lashes, still you are running after that witch. Such fool, isn't it? So Maya is ugly, an old witch, ugly witch. Nobody. Real ugly old witch. Don't run after. Don't run after marriage. Run after real what? You understand? Siddhananda is number one criminal. Great, great criminal. She has already been trapped by that witch. Isn't it, Siddhananda? Yes. Now you come to senses. Yes, you are trapped with witch. Get out of it. Get out of it. That is to make a thought. How to get out of this trap with which you are witch. Isn't it? Parabrahma. What do you want? You are running after the witch? Okay. Don't win trap. What do you say? Do you want to win trap? You understand? Don't become so foolish. Don't become so foolish. Don't be trapped. So Maharaja must say, get out of it. Get out. Go back home. Back to Godhead. So nice. Huh? So pleasurable. So, oh, such a place. Eternal. Good. Huh? There is no unhappiness. No misery at all. No happiness, no misery at all. Eternally eh, filled with happiness, pleasure, ananda. You understand? Mantesu ramate buddha. Buddha, the learned person, don't run after it. They run after that eternal pleasure. You understand? Mahadana, Katasapana. So we should follow the footprints of those Mahadanas. They are learned persons. That's what he said. So it's very difficult to understand the material world and its activities. Still, we should reject it. Reject it. They know. Those who know they have rejected, they have said so. We should follow their footsteps, footprints. Don't put forth any argument. No argument. No argument. Don't put forth any argument. Just follow Mahadanas. That is the success of your life, and only welfare. They are doing all welfare activity. Mahadanas, sadhus. Real, what is the real welfare? Real mangala for you. Atma mangala. It's good for the soul. You understand? Welfare of the soul. Not welfare of the body, and welfare of the mind. Welfare of the soul. Your soul. You understand? Huh? Yeah. That's the most important thing. Sadhu Shastra. Shastra says. Sadhu Shastra. Oh. Sadhu Vakya, Shastra Vakya. Sadhu says, Shastra says. Huh? Don't utilize. Oh. You don't utilize your material intelligence. You understand? Material intelligence. You are just utilizing your material intelligence. You are just trying to create a mason in the ether. Isn't it? Siddhananda. By manipulating your or utilizing your material intelligence, you are trying to create or build a mansion in the ether. Isn't it? Huh? Isn't it? Akash Kusum. You understand? You want to pluck the flower of the ether. You're just trying to do that thing. Pluck the flower of the ether. Yes, Akash Kusum is trying to pluck the flower of the ether. And no flower is there. It's only apparent. Only apparent. There's no actually no flower. But you are running after it and trying, oh, very nice flower. You understand? Akash Kusum. Like that. Don't manipulate. Don't utilize your material brain, material intelligence. Follow the Mahajanas, footprints of the Mahajana. Mahajana, you know? Gata, gata. Hey, hey, kau nak lagi pula? Mana? Paisa no. Ya, jadi kau tak bela lah. Do you understand? Only you will be disappointed, disappointed, and disappointed. The more you make a pot to pluck the flower of the ether, the more you will be disappointed. Nothing else. Disappointed, disappointed, and disappointed. You understand? Only make a pot how to go back home, back to Godhead. Eternal abode. Eternal abode. 4,000. देखिए उसे टास्क लगे थे. You understand? Only you'll be disappointed, nothing else. Don't run after mirage. Run after real. Try to get real water. Why running after mirage? You understand? Chidananda. Yeah. Don't run after mirage. You're only disappointed. You cannot get water. And out of thirst, you die. Finish. In the hot desert. Hot sand desert. You understand? ততলা সৈকতে বাড়ি বিন্দু মতো সুতপিতর মন সমাজে ততলা সৈকতে বাড়ি বিন্দু মতো সুতমিতর মন সমাজ. Just worried traveler. A worried traveler is traveling in the desert. Scorching heat of the sun above. Below, hot sand. Hot sand. That is say. English? Yes. Huh? No. What do you say? Huh? Just walk on the hot sand. Some blister, yes, blisters will come out. Isn't it? But below, hot sand, above, scorching heat of the sun. Running. So, from below and from above, everywhere only pain. Pain is there, misery, nothing, no happiness. Running. After that, mirage. Oh, there is water. Oh, run. It's only mirage, running at mirage, no water at all. More you run, the more the mirage goes away. Further. Sometimes just one drop of water. One drop of water falls. Oh, yes. It will happen. Only just one drop. Nothing more. Not more than one. Only one drop. Tatala soikothe bari bindu. Suto vitor moni samaj. Just gets only one drop. No more than that. It's only one drop. Like this in this material world, those fools those who want to enjoy his material happiness and pleasure here is just a one drop in the desert. Just a one drop. Isn't it? Is it more than that? Just a one drop in the desert. One drop of water, nothing else. So an intelligent person, a Buddha, a learned man, never runs after it. No. I must get the eternal pleasure and happiness. It's eternal. There, eternal dham, my body there. This is my one place, my father's place. Go back home, back to body. Try, make effort for that. Why here? Why here? Tolerate, temporary. Agamapaina nityo tam tidikyasya. Everything is temporary here. All arrangement is temporary here. It will come and go. Summer has come, it will go. Winter will come, it will go. Rain will come, it will go. Come and go, come and go. Try to tolerate it. Intolerable words will go there and there and there. Just running. Chidananda is running. Servant of the Lord, serve the Lord. Utilize whatever you have. Any strength, any intelligence. What is said? Any strength you have, any intelligence you have, any wealth you have, any expert maneuver you have, whatever you have. Utilize everything for the service of the Lord. Then you'll get real pleasure and happiness. If you utilize all these things in running after mirrors, what will be the result? Only you'll be disappointed. Isn't it? More suffering, more cry. No more than that. Isn't it? Do you understand? Thank you. Bhaktin Heidi. Running. She is running also. running. Run quick. Oops, close. Aryas will successfully be